Well, Dabo seemed pretty fired up that you were left off the All ACC teams today. Just when you hear your coach kind of sticking up for you in that regard, what does that mean?
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm really not worried about all that stuff. I just know, I know the guy here. I know the piece of the puzzle I am to this defense, and I just know the task at hand, which is win the ACC championship, and that's all that really matters to me.
Do you guys like when Dabo kind of like really voices his opinion about how you're perceived nationally, whether it's you individually or the team in general? I mean, do you guys get fired up a little bit when you see your coach publicly?
Yeah, of course you're always encouraged, when your head coach, the leader of your program is supporting you or your team. And, we feel the same way. I can tell you that. We're all the same as one. So, I mean, yeah, it's always nice to hear your leader vouching for you.
Do you feel like you played at an all ACC level this year? That you were one of the best linebackers in the league?
100%. Yeah. How can you not say that or believe that about yourself? Yeah, I think so. But congrats to all those guys that did make it. Well deserved. So.
James, this weekend's game, the ACC championship with Virginia. What do you guys see on tape so far with those guys, and speak on the quarterback there for the Jaguars?
I think they're probably they're a great team, like really good team ball, and they're very efficient on offense. Their quarterback, he's a weapon. He's a good player. Very cohesive team. Efficiency is the best word I can describe them. And it's just another challenge, another team that's in front of us.
Tough as a quarterback like that, we always have to have an eye on him. Even in the passing game, can't really commit fully to the passing game.
Yeah, I think we've had in the past our runs with Lamar Jacksons of the world and stuff. So I think Coach V is going to put together a good plan, but it's always a challenge when I got a guy who's a weapon with his legs too. So it's a good challenge in front of us.
James, we've heard a lot this season about the team trying to shut out that outside noise, but it feels like at the end of the season, you guys are allowing yourselves to respond to it at least. So how do you walk that line of responding and being a little pissed off at some of this disrespect, but not letting it get too far inside of the locker room?
I kind of disagree with you. I don't think I've really been listening to it. I just know that what we got to do, and that's all we really talk about and think about is the next game. All the other stuff will take care of itself.
But when you see guys like Dabo or Tavon yesterday really sound off at some of the disrespect, it seems like the team is definitely taking notice of it. So how do you, take notice of that but not let it get too far inside?
I honestly had no idea Kayvon sounded off, and then honestly had no idea Chris Sweeney vouched for me until 30 seconds before this thing started.
I was more talking about Saturday. He kind of had his rant after the South Carolina game and how that's where he got a lot of attention.
Yeah, I think anything we do, we get a lot of attention. I'm really not worried about it at all. And I can tell you, we get pissed off and stuff, but that's the last thing we're thinking about is trying to get the playoff or all this other stuff. We're just worried about the ACC championship game. And we know if we win that, there's a really good chance we're going to get in the playoff. That's all we can think about.
As players, are you guys just too involved in the grind or too in the middle of things to kind of realize what you've accomplished as a defensive unit this year? Or have you kind of taken a step back and said, man, all 12 opponents under 300 yards, back-to-back under 200 yards, and number one defense in the country in a lot of ways? Has that sunk in?
No, it hasn't really. It's weird to think when you look at the stats and you look at the year we've had, it's all been a blur. Every game. I just feel like I was preparing for A&M yesterday, and now we're in the ACC championship. It's weird, and then also looking back at the expectations, the narrative that people have written or talked about, like the team we were supposed to be, outscoring people. But we just kept our head down. We've known what we've had this whole time, and we just bought into the process and preparing for people, and it showed.
Have you taken the national championship out of it just to this point? Has this been a more satisfying season for you guys on defense in some regards? Just because it's been, there hasn't been this focus on just Clee, Christian, and Dexter. It's kind of been more of a few lesser known guys and not more of a collective unit. But you know what I'm saying? Let's focus on just maybe 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, there's definitely these high profile people. Like a lot of people had to prove themselves this year. and it's been really fun doing it. Just playing good team defense. There's no selfishness at all. This is the most cohesiveness I think I've ever been a part of since I've been here in my 4 years, even though it's been great every year. It's just everyone's got each other's back, and it's special.